This is a £20 note, and I was basically given this for free. I'm going to explain why, in my opinion, reselling is the best business that anybody can start, as you can ultimately make yourself unlimited money for free. Unlike any other business where you have to have startup costs or anything like that, it's virtually free to start and anybody can do it. So let's talk about what I've done, how I'm doing this, and why I think it's one of the best businesses that you can start in 2023 and going into 2024. Now let's first discuss where I got this money from, because this is important. This was virtually given to me by a family member. Now, for somebody of my age and my education level as of current, because I don't have my degree yet, I'd have to work 2 hours to make this, but I was given this by a family member. Now again, I'm not saying this in any kind of, I was given it in a make friends and influence people sort of way. That's not what we're talking about here. I was given that in free stuff. That's how I received it. And this was obviously due to the reselling idea that I had quite some time ago. The sad truth is that in our modern society, a lot of stuff just gets chucked away. If it's old, if it's not wanted anymore, if it doesn't fit somebody's style anymore. However, this has created a massive opportunity for those clever enough to capitalize upon it. People always ask me, how much do I need to start a reselling business? Because it is one of those questions. If I wanted to go back to my watch reselling business, an example of which I have here, if you want to start reselling watches, you might need, a couple of £100, unless you're going to drop ship it, where you can probably get unlimited items for free. Or if you want to buy the physical item, you're going to need some startup capital. Clothing reselling, though, is a great way to A, start a profitable business, or B, get your hands into the world of reselling as a whole. Because with clothing reselling, you can get a lot of this stuff completely for free, whether it be from yourself or from somebody that you know. So I'll explain what happened in my case first. I wanted to go about this 2 ways to conduct an experiment. I wanted to prove that somebody could do this with low money. I want to prove that somebody could do it with no money. Now, as somebody like most people with access to friends and family members, I have the ability to ask people what they have. Do you have any old jeans that you don't want anymore? Do you have an old t-shirt? Anything. If you've got it, I'll take it. And most people say, yeah, I'll have a look for you, because they're your friends and family members, and they will do that. And they might come back with some stuff. Now, I have a bag to sort through down here. You can't see, it's just off camera. But I have a bag to sort through of, a lot of clothes really. And all this sort of stuff I got for free. Some of it came out of my drawers, stuff that I don't want anymore, and a lot of it came from family members. But what they don't know is that their trash is now our treasure. Just the other day, I sold a pair of jeans on eBay, which were given to me for free for £20, which is where I got the money from. That's one sale. And bear in mind, my sourcing cost was nothing. I got it for free off of a family member. All I had to do is sit at a laptop for like 5 minutes, write up the listing. Yes, I had to wait a while for it to sell, but it's now sold. Imagine if I was to scale this store up to hundreds of listings. I can guarantee for a fact it will sell if you're on the right platform. For example, I know with eBay, if you get hundreds of quality listings up and keep listing consistently, you will make sales. So this is one of the best businesses to start, because you can just ask about for stuff. And also, you can find a lot of stuff on free sites like, give it away sites, or even Facebook Marketplace, where people are trying to give stuff away for free. But I also wanted to conduct the more controlled experiment, because obviously what you can get from a family member is going to be limited, or a friend. Your friend or family member might give you some Gucci jeans, or they might give you some used Primark jeans, or nothing really. So in that case, it wouldn't really be fair to only discuss that. I also went out and bought some stuff from the local thrift stores, and some of this I was impressed with. I managed to pick up jackets for about £15 and sell them on for about 35. I was even able to pick up one jacket for 50p, half of a pound, and that then sold on for around £25. I spent a total of £50 on all these items, or just under actually, more like £40. A lot of it's yet to shift, but I've already basically made a lot of my money back. Like if I make 1 or 2 more sales, I'm probably going to be profitable on that lot. And that's what I mean. So when it comes to reselling, this is a beauty of it. When we talk about reselling small items or domestic items, you can find a lot of this stuff around the house or from friends and family, and then you can then scale up. So what I would do from there is I'd take the £20 that I got with the jeans, and I'd invest that into maybe one high quality piece for £20 from a thrift store, or one of the £15 jackets I can then sell on for 35, and then I have, £5 laying around for maybe something else, and more money coming in, and just scale up. Or, you could just look around for more cheap pieces. But that's the thing. You can start this up for free, then you just keep reinvesting your profits until you get to a level that you are comfortable with. For me, it might be the case that I want to sell 100 items a week and probably make £10 an item, let's say. But for the next person, they might be comfortable just selling 10 items a month and making an extra £100 or so for £10 at a time. That's fine. But that's kind of my point. It doesn't matter which side of the coin you're on. If you want to make some money, I personally would argue that reselling is one of the best ways to do it. I've had and tried all of the different reselling models, really, from the drop shipping ideas to the more physical stuff that I'm explaining right now. I'm not going to say that one model is better than the other. I've obviously made quite a lot of money with dropshipping, but I've also made a lot of money just straight up reselling stuff on platforms like eBay, well, mainly eBay. And it can work. It will work if you do things correctly. Now, if you want to know how to get more consistent sales on eBay, I recommend that you watch my video based on that, and I will probably in time be releasing a full detailed guide as to how to do this. But it's not that hard. So whether it's somewhere like eBay, maybe Depop or Vinted or something like that, clothes is probably one of the best niches that you can get into. For the simple fact, it's not like, say, a watch. A watch is a very luxury item that no one really needs. We've all got phones in our pockets, so what do we need a watch for? Let's be honest. Clothes, though, we all need to wear clothes of some sorts, as pretty much the law. What clothes you choose to wear is your choice, but because of the mandatory, requirement for clothes, people want to put their own spin on it, and that's why people come up with their own style. So what I'm trying to say is that clothes is one of those things that is always going to sell. Make sure things are priced right, and make sure you're sourcing the best items. That's what I will say. I've had some items laying around that I bought too expensive, or they're just not good quality items, to be honest, because I make mistakes as well as everybody else. But these sorts of items, they're probably just not going to sell, and I might have to just redonate them to a charity shop or thrift store or something like that. But if you pick out the right items, if you educate yourself over time, this can be done. So whether you go for the low cost startup option of putting away £200 or £100, go and pick up 20 or 30 items, or asking around friends or family, you can raise that capital and build upon that initial capital or that initial lot that you pick up and grow up to a business that is doing multiple sales every single day. And again, with reselling of clothes, it's one of those things where I personally think it's the best niche to be in because it's very versatile. When I'm talking about reselling my watches, I've been left with a big problem. Now I don't have my eBay sales platform anymore. It's like, where do I sell these items? And people say, well, sell them on Amazon, sell them on other sites. But it's like, that's true, but it is a bit harder. Whereas clothes, I can think of at least 5 different platforms which you can sell clothes on, and you will get sales because I've done it on more than one of them. My point is, everyone's looking for a business to start that's easy and doesn't require much management and doesn't require much startup capital. I can confirm that startup capital can be virtually nothing to begin with. And then from there we can talk about the scaling of this business and how it's unlimited, and we can talk about the fact that the amount of work that you need to do isn't very much. Again, you might have to do some thrifting, whether it's online or in the actual shops, and you might have to do some customer service work and get your game up when it comes to listing stuff. But let's be honest, most people have jobs, and most people don't like their jobs. I can tell you for a fact from my experience that I've been in periods of time where I've made, well over of £500, £600, £700, even £800, £900 a day in revenue on eBay just by selling stuff. Obviously it's revenue but not profit. My profit margin is closer to maybe £200, £300 on a day of £800, £900, but the point still stands. You can make a lot of money in this business. It's not that hard. I don't invest too much time into this. Maybe you can go thrifting once a week, twice a week, or find stuff online, but that's the point. It's a lot easier if you manage it a way that works for you. And that's the thing about self-employment. It's about how you structure it and how best works for you, unlike a job. Again, one of the reasons why I think this is probably one of the best businesses anybody can start in 2023. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to share it with a friend or family member who could use this advice. I want to make videos like this as frequently as possible. I know you guys are seeming to enjoy it, so thank you for continuing to support me on this journey, and I hope to see you again in our next video, but goodbye for now.